Well, hello everybody, and welcome back. Man, it's so good to see you today. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about new records. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about records. My name's Ron Beaudry, and my friends call me Rockin' Ronnie. So the video is giving credit to a subscriber for suggesting the video. This was Chet the Bee. He suggested that I do a video about new records that I bought. Not reissues, because I bought a lot of new records that are reissues. And he said, no, more about just new music, more modern type music that's come out that you bought in the last, let's say, 10 years. And then I had another guy, another subscriber, Dave Pounds. He said, yeah, I agree with Chet the Bee. I'd like you to do some more modern music, some more new titles, some new music, because there's so many VC channels out there. They're doing videos about 50-year-old records. What about something a little bit newer? So I took up the challenge, and we're going to do that today. So the first record is Kaiga, Gagu, Mojo, Forest of Lost Children. Here's the front and back, and on the hype sticker it says, a 2019 repress of the 2014 Japanese psychedelic classic at 45 RPM. Well, what's interesting about this record, okay, it's got a lot of like sitar and fuzz guitar and drums, really, really good tunes, really good, and it's really cool music, right? It's kind of more at a lot of a faster tempo, but a lot of really good, kind of like psych music in a way. But it is Japanese, so they do some vocal type things, not really words, but you can kind of hear that old school Japanese sound when they're doing that. But it's a really good sounding record, of course, at 45. But here, what was it about? Well, just after I bought the record, I think it was the second time I played the record, I put it on, turned the lights down, got myself a drink. Shout out to Lathe of Heaven. He just recommended that I do that just today. And I did that with the record. And I'm listening to it and I'm like, wow, this is a lot cooler than I remember. This is really deep. This is they're really coming up with some wild sounds on this record. Wow, this is so good. So I flipped the record over, listened to side 2. Then I got up, put the lights on, and I said, oh my God, this is a 45 RPM record. Well, who knew? It sounds just as good at 33 as it does at 45. It's just a great record. I hope y'all take the opportunity to sample the sounds on this, and I hope you enjoy it. Next up, we got the Budos Band. Now, on the hype sticker, it says, the Budos Band are completely dialed in. Their freewheeling heavy funk, soulful sound is totally infectious. And this band has got a lot of horns, and it's got a lot of really good guitar breaks in it. Really good. And it's kind of got a bit of that funk kind of stuff going on, but it's really tuneful, great sounding, good songs. If you like horns, you like guitar, have a listen to this. Now, I want to give a shout out to old Mike from Grown Man Record Night. This is where I heard the record for the first time. And then I checked it out, and I got the record, really do love it. Now, Mike has got a YouTube channel called Grown Man Record Night, and he does a live show every Friday night. He's been doing it probably for 15 years. So check out Mike. Pretty different kind of a show there. Now we've got Incubus Morning View. This is a 2 LP set. And it's got Wish You Were Here, Warning, and Nice to Know You. This is another really good record that I bought probably, 10 years back now. If you haven't heard this, it's a little more, it's a little bit more on the more modern kind of side, not hip hop or anything, but really infectious music, a great sounding record. And if you don't know this one, check out Incubus. I really like that record as well. Now we're going to talk about Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. Now this might be a little older than that, but I just got the record for Christmas this year from my youngest son. Gave me this record, so it's brand new to me. We probably heard the songs on here, but everybody knows this is a pretty good record. And I wanted to share that. That's a new record that I just got. Just got it not even a year ago. Now this one I probably got, 5-6 years ago. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stadium Arcadium. And this is a beautiful box set. And now for Dave, I'm going to open it up and we're going to look inside. And now inside the gatefold cover, we have a really nice picture inside there. As well as you get a book right on the top. And the book features, this book, Jupiter now, does feature some nice photographs in it. And we've got the lyrics to the songs. That's the book Jupiter. Then you've got 4 records in here. Here's Jupiter 1 on a nice inner sleeve, nice big thick inner sleeve. The labels are pretty plain. Just says Jupiter on it. Of course, I got my quality inner sleeves in there. I don't put records back in this cardboard stuff because it's going to get scratched going in and out of here, of course. Then we have Jupiter. Supposed to be here. It is Jupiter 2. And then we have another book. This is Mars. And lots of lyrics. The pictures aren't quite as good on this book. This one's not so bad. Mars. I guess this is the kind of book you read when you're going to Mars. And then you got some music to listen to. You got Mars 1. And you've got Mars 2. And it's the same label, it's just a red looking label. Now it does have, I got the shrink on the inside here because the hype stickers do have some really interesting information on them. This is an analog recording. As close as possible to being in the studio. And they do sound really good. These are great sounding records. Well, how is that? Let's look at the more information we get, the more we can tell how good of a record this is going to be. It says it's an analog recording. Boom. Very good. 180 gram record. High performance vinyl. Because sound matters. Plated and pressed at RTI. Oh my God. There's a really good clue. Because plating is very, very important. RTI is has one of the best plating procedures of any plant in the world. They're one, if not the best, they're number 2, whatever. They're the best. Gary Solstrom's responsible for that. Now, that's why all those Blue Note records sound so good, because they're all plated at RTI. Even the records that they send over to Germany to get pressed in Germany, they're still plated. The acetates are still plated first at RTI. Now, it says it's a deluxe art edition, includes 2 16-page books. First #1 album for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Best rock album. Mastered for vinyl by Steve Hoffman. There's another really good clue. He's really good, right? There are only approximately 2,000 copies of the deluxe version you're holding in your hands. Well, that's cool because that's a limited edition type of thing. But you got RTI, you got Analog, you got Steve Hoffman. You know it's going to be a good record right there. You got enough information to know this is going to be a record you want to have in your collection. And look how cool it was. And I think I actually even got it on sale. So it met all of my criteria. Very, very happy with this record right here. And the music again, the music is standout. Really good record, great sounding record, beautiful box. It's a hit. Now we've got a record called Jazz Sabbath. And this is primarily a lot of jazz piano. But what are the songs? Right, we got Fairies Wear Boots, Evil Woman, Rat Salad, Iron Man, Hand of Doom, Changes, Children of the Grave. And we've got here piano, upright acoustic bass, drums. We've got guitar solo on Hand of Doom, guitar solo on Fairies Wear Boots, Hammond organ on Children of the Grave, guitar solo on Children of the Grave, saxophone. Yeah, great record. I really, really like this record. It's hard to get a lot of just like good jazz piano that's recorded well. And then you got these songs that are fantastic, and the way it's orchestrated and the way it's produced is just a great record. I love it. Now what do we got? We got a band from Russia, the Restoned. Heavy instrumental acid psych rock. The Restoned. These guys are from Russia, and this is some really good, mostly like long guitar jams. Kind of that, what they're saying, heavy instrumental acid psych rock. And it does have a little more of that modern, the drum kit really kind of sounds more like, you know, it's a modern band, the way that drum kits and the way that cymbals mic'd up so high and the snare. Really good sounding record too. Unfortunately, these Restoned records are kind of like unobtainium because they're from Russia, and you could buy them. They were made in Germany, and I had to buy them out of Germany off of eBay. So I have 2 of their records. I also have Chronoclasm. This is another one. It's a little bit more psyche, a little bit more trippy of a record. But again, really good guitar jams. Of course, they don't do any lyrics because they don't speak English, but they can really play the guitar, and they're really good musicians. So if we're going to talk about Russia, well, let's talk about the Ukraine and the Crawls. Yeah, this one is a limited edition colored vinyl. And again, it's made by Nasomi Records out of Germany. So I had to buy this out of Germany. This is another really good band. It's a 2-piece band. It's a fella that plays like slide guitar and a drummer. A little skinny chick playing the drums, but man, she bangs out on those things. There's a few videos on YouTube that I've watched of the band, so I know who they are. The lead guitar, he also sings, and it's a lot of like bluesy type music, and it's got one song on here. If all women were pretty, there'd be no need to drink. This is the kind of music that the guy's talking about here on this record. I really like it. It's really kind of primitive blues type of stuff. There's no bass, there's no keyboards, none of that stuff. It's just down and dirty blues. and a few other variations of stuff. Okay, we've been to the Ukraine, we went to Russia, now we're going to go to Poland. Got to stay in the neighborhood. This is Thomas Budinski, and this is a record that was made in Poland, and it's a very limited edition, and Thomas even signed it on the back, and it's like 213, and this is, it looks like it's a handmade record, handmade cover. I've never seen a record this thick before. This is about twice as thick as those old classic records edition records were. This is a super handmade thick record. And the sound on this record is really, really good as well. Thomas Budinski, he did the artwork for the record, which is pretty cool. His own artwork. And now the label's all a picture. That's all they are. And you have to get the inner sleeve out, and you match the picture, and then that'll give you the information onto the, and of course the information, everything here is in Polish as well. It's all Polish. There's no English in this record at all. But you can see the name of the song, like Luna or Echo or Halo Halo. Hang on a minute, let me look at this. Yeah, it's all, and then UFO. But this is all Polish on this side. I don't see any kind of English. But anyway, a truly fantastic record. The songs on this record are outstanding. And the music is outstanding. And the quality of the recording is audiophile quality. But of course, there's a lot of singing in this record. And it's all in Polish. But I've listened to it so much, we have it in the car. When the songs comes on, my two youngest and I, we've listened to it so much that we sing along with the Polish lyrics. We don't know what they're talking about, but a lot of they have some similarities to English words a lot of times, so we can sing along, and it's just part of the music, and it's a lot of fun. And boy, oh boy, Echo or Luna, that's the song, Luna, by Thomas Budinski. Have a listen to that song on YouTube and see what you think. Now we've got a band, the last band that we're going to talk about today, Projekt Gemineye. And have a look at the spelling, okay? Projekt Because this is Mark Anthony K, who is responsible for these records, and you can find them on Bandcamp, but you've got to make sure you spell this title properly, because if it's not, it'll be harder to find his page on Bandcamp. Now, Mark Anthony K, he's not only writes all the songs and basically produces the record, he plays guitar, he plays the keyboards, he does the drums, and a lot of times he'll have people come in and do bass for him, but he does the bass as well. And he loves Yes, and he loves Rush. Now, he's based out of Canada, in Toronto, and boy, what some really, really great records. And the thing about Mark now is he's a record collector, right? He's a record collector like you and I. And he also has a YouTube channel. So you can check out his YouTube channel, Projekt Gemineye. And look at this, he's got a hype sticker on here, right? This is from his fourth record. It's on yellow vinyl, and it says Canadian Progressive Metal in the year 3073. And on the back, they're all signed and numbered. because he usually only makes about 100 of each of the records. He doesn't make a lot of each record. Just a limited number, limited run. And so, of course, being a record collector himself, he puts in a download card. Then he includes a nice poster, an insert, there's a picture on there, and then he's got all the lyrics on the inside. Another little insert card with an address on the back for another download of some kind. Then here's a poster that's included, and it's even signed on the bottom. And of course, since Mark is a record collector, you don't have to go and buy an inner sleeve because he puts a polyline sleeve as part of the record. Now it costs extra, but he doesn't care. He's not going to put his record in a paper bag. He's not going to do that. And then he always puts it on a really cool color vinyl. So it's just the kind of the way, if you were going to make a record and you could do all this stuff, you'd do it the same way. I know I would if I could do all this and put all these cool things in here and sign posters and inserts and cards, and some of the records have stickers in them and lots of really nice signed posters and really cool stuff. Really, really like it. And the music is really good. And what I did, I went on Bandcamp just before I made the video, and I had a look to see what the latest record was coming out, because I don't think I bought his new record, and I saw it was available, and he had one test pressing left of the new record that was coming out. So I bought the test pressing, and everything's in Canadian funds, so by the time I bought the test pressing, I got it shipped, I got the record, I got it shipped to my door from Bandcamp. The total for everything, $27. Yeah. Where can you buy a test pressing and get it delivered to your house for that kind of money? Of some really cool music. So I was going to show you the covers from Mark's records that I do have. I have this one. They're not in order. This is another one that's signed by Mark. On the back is number 19, Book 2, and it's got Joe Bailey, David Donnelly, Lee Pomeroy, Billy Sherwood. That's some guest people that are on the record. This is one of his newer ones. In the year 3073. So he's getting a lot more folks to help him with his doing his recordings. Here's the third record on green vinyl, and it's signed by Mark on the back, number 20 of 100. So when you get these records from Mark, they're obviously collector's items. He's only making 100 of the records usually. And now this one is signed by Mark on the back, 39 of 100. This is a limited edition of 100, second full-length album, translucent purple vinyl. Progressive Metal Journey, A Brand New Day. We've also got the debut album from Projekt, a collection of 6 tracks, takes one away to an exotic worlds. Martin Popoff, world-renowned music author. An Ordinary Day. And that song, Ordinary Day, is really a classic. It's really good. And this one is signed by Mark, 68 of 100. Of course, he does produce CDs, and you can buy downloads off of Bandcamp, and you can buy the records, you can get test pressings, you can get all kinds of stuff over there. And here's the 7th album, limited edition Candy Apple Red, and What Lies Beyond. This is signed by Mark on the back, number 47. So that's a bunch of cool records. If you want to go over there and support Mark, you can listen to his music on Bandcamp, you can buy his stuff, and the prices are great. For what you're getting, a really great record, and it's so collectible, and it's got all that cool, you know, record collector stuff about it. It's a win-win-win. And look, I got a test pressing today for 27 bucks delivered. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and thanks so much for watching, and bye for now, everybody. Take care.